Then you stay in there the whole time, or just when you're doing the day?
I think it's what the same actually. You might have to go in the room.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Cavendish Arms. This is Comedy Virgins presents the Comedy Concentrate. We've taken 10 comedians and made them concentrate their comedy down to round about 1 minute. What does that mean to you? It means the show is going to be fun, fast and furious and over before you know it, ladies and gentlemen. It's on YouTube. I need you to help. I need you to join in. I need your involvement. I need you to send us messages. Send us like your name, send us thumbs up, send us claps, send us cheers. I know there's a load of you that watch that don't comment, but please comment, because these comedians have got a load of egos and we need to massage them. Because we're still not allowed to do live comedy. Although we did hear just this afternoon that we would be allowed to do comedy outside in the pub garden. But our neighbours wouldn't be happy because most of the comedy contains profanity and our neighbours wouldn't like that. So we're not going to do it. We're going to keep doing it online until we can go back into the venue and do it properly. Let's have a look at who the lovely comedians are that are going to be performing tonight. They should be there, ready and waving. Let's have a look at them. Shirley, where are they? What a beautiful bunch they are. And they're going to try and entertain you tonight. I say try and entertain you. I'm wrong. They're going to entertain you. In return, all we need from you is if you're at home, clapping, cheering, shouting and whooping. It's only once or twice a week you have to do it. You don't need to do it for the NHS anymore, so you can just do it for us. Clapping, cheering, shouting, whooping, even if you're on your own, even if you're watching on YouTube. But right now, it's the comedians that are going to show you how to do it. They're going to clap until their hands are blurring. So please, start the clapping, start the cheering, start the whooping. The first act of the night, the fabulous Mr. Philip Henderson. Where are you, Philip? There he is.
Good evening, everyone. So earlier this year, I moved from Newcastle down to London, and I think the hardest thing about it for me, other than learning the language, of course, was just instantly finding myself in crippling debt. I didn't know how expensive it was going to be. In Newcastle, I'd lived in kind of your standard penthouse, jacuzzi, helicopter landing pad. And down here, for the same money, I was able to get this kind of broom cupboard type thing, which is in a house I share with 15 other people. It's nice. So it's got some upsides. I get to do comedy perched on the edge of my bed, which is an area in which I actually have a lot of experience of people laughing at me. So it feels quite good to be doing it here. I forked out a little more so I could get the ensuite broom cupboard. It's not all it's cracked up to be. I thought I would enjoy the privacy, but because it's so close, inevitably your bedroom just ends up smelling of whatever's been going on in there, you know? Which is fine half the time. It just smells of mint shower gel, but the rest of the time it just stinks of murdered prostitutes. And we all know that is one of those smells that just lingers, you know? Wow, that minute flew by. Cheers, that's me.
Come on, if you're watching on YouTube, send us a message. Send us some claps, some cheers, and some thumbs up. That was Philip Henderson. I need a favour from you. Can you hold your head very still? Just stay there. Does anybody know about art? There's an art form known as cubism, where squares are used to create images of people and buildings. And right now, I think Phil looks like a cube. He's doing an impression of a cubist Mickey Mouse. Where is on the man? Mickey Mouse with cubist ears. Thank you for that. And were they included in the price of the flat?
Sorry.
He's not even listening to me. I stood here and listened to him for a whole minute.
What was that?
He can't be bothered to listen to me. There he is. It's Phil Henderson. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Having start the tune, start the shout out, and get another act on. Please start it, comedians. Let's see your hands going as crazy as they can. Come on, Brendan O'Donoghue. You can clap. I'm watching you. Big Brendan. Here we go. Let's welcome on stage. It's Joe Goodbody. Come on, Joe.
So I was at the work today. I had Jenny on my left, my right, and Jenny pipes up and she says, "My boy's 15-year-old, seems like a lot of girls are finding him attractive." And I says, "Is he attractive?" And she says, "Don't see it myself." And then Jean, she comes in, she says, "Oh, I've got a wee granddaughter. She's not a beautiful child." Mums, isn't it? That's just mums. I was remembering my mum. We were Waynes. We'd be playing outside, and she'd say her eyes would mist over, and she did that a few times, and she said, "If you are ever in trouble, I won't defend you." Purely hypothetical. She called me up actually when all this COVID started. She called me up and she said, "It's something, something about mums. Whenever there's any kind of crisis, any kind of national disaster, my first thought is for my children. Is there some way they could be responsible for that?" Make me sentimental. That's it for me now. Go on away.
If you're out, I can see you're out there and you've got to keep. I need you to type. Send us some messages for Joe. Come on, you can do it. Put your hands together, comedians. Start the clapping, start the screaming, start the shouting. Comedians, I want you to give it 120% as we welcome to the stage Highwell Roberts.
Hello, everyone. So, yeah, a lot of people, when you ask them what they're most looking forward to after lockdown, they'll say seeing their family. Personally, I'm not looking forward to that. And I wanted to tell you a quick story to explain why. So before this all kicked off, I was having a nice day out with my wife's family in London. Everyone decided to do a bit of shopping, except me and my wife's niece, Tilly, who is 6. So we went out to lunch together, just the two of us, which was all fine. Now, Tilly and I get on well. She was going through a phase at the time where she said she was obsessed with marriage, particularly the idea that she was going to marry me. Now, that sounds cute, right? until we got to the restaurant, and the first thing the waiter says is to her, "Oh, you're having a nice day out with your dad?" She grabs my hand and says, "He's not my dad. We're getting married." Which obviously was not ideal. So at this point, everyone's looking pretty uncomfortable. The waiter's looking pretty uncomfortable. People on other tables are looking pretty uncomfortable. She said this quite loudly. I had one thing to say to diffuse the situation and make it better. Unfortunately, the only thing I could think to say was, "It's okay, everyone, we're not related." Which, as you can tell, did not really do much to calm the situation down, mainly because I've actually failed to deny that we're getting married. So that's a pro tip. If you find yourself in the same situation, if a 6-year-old tells strangers she's going to marry you, say that's not true. Okay, thank you, everyone.
By the World Wide Web. Come on, let him know what you think. That was Carl Roberts, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round of applause. Woo! You're talking about not wanting to see your family there. Like I haven't seen my mum and dad really during this, apart from Saturday night at the family quiz. And I'm kind of quite glad that's over, because with my dad, he runs the quiz, and I don't know how to explain this. He doesn't really ask fact-based questions. He asks opinion-based questions. So he'll ask questions like, "Why is Brexit a good thing?" And we'll say it isn't, and then he'll tell us why. He'll tell us the answer. So there is no fact-based questions in my dad's world, just his opinions. He used Saturday night to get it across. We don't have to see him for that anymore. And he's probably not watching this because he doesn't know how technology works. Yay! Next up, are you ready? Start the clapping, start the cheering. Start the whooping, make some noise. It's a Cavendish Arms favourite. He has been coming to the Cavendish Arms since he was about 3 years old. It's the fabulous Mr. Brendan O'Donoghue. Come on, Brendan, where are you? Hey, he's a silly man. There he is.
I tell you a little story. I remember when I was a kid, we were traveling with my brothers and sisters and my family. We were traveling in this small Ford Capri car. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a 2-door car with 4 kids in the back. You know, the mother in the front with a pot of stew and the dog. The dog was in the stew. But and my man was driving. And, you know, the car, we'd laid it down because we were going on our holidays. And anyway, what happened was one of these black plastic bags we had on the roof, pure class, no top boxes, black plastic bag, flew off the roof, right? We thought it was really funny as these, you know, bras and knickers and things went to the wind, stuck all over the bushes and things. But the interesting thing was about it, we were up in the middle of nowhere, but yet this old woman turned up on her bicycle and she just parked up her bicycle very casually and got off and started helping us pull the clothes off the bushes, going, oh, you know, you're going west. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely. You're going west. She said, because I was coming down the road on the bicycle. And she said, I saw this big black thing somersaulting towards me. And she thought, oh, somebody must have left the cattle out. And I thought to myself, what are they feeding these cattle down there? You know what I mean? It's like all the place. I don't know what it is, but maybe they should bottle it. Anyway, that's a little story for me.
If you're watching on YouTube, let me know what you think. What I particularly liked about that is Brendan telling the story in his Irish accent, and then halfway through he did an impression of an Irish accent, and you can tell the difference because his eyebrows went up slightly. Brendan O'Donoghue, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. It's time for another act. That's how it works. I introduce them, you clap, cheer, they come on, tell a few gags, and then I come on and get you to clap and cheer again. So it's time to clap and cheer again. Come on, comedians, make some noise, clapping and cheering. Please welcome to the stage. It's only Pat O'Connor. Where are you, Pat? There she is.
I'm going to give you my very best Irish accent. I hope it crosses the mark. I don't know how you're doing in lockdown, guys, but I was going great guns for ages. I even had a virtual cat, some of you might know. And anyway, in the end, he was really happy. And you know, he would only eat gourmet feline cuisine, so I had to get rid of him. It was fine. The following day, a fly appeared. And he was everywhere. I could not get rid of this fly, no matter what I did. I tried to swat him. I tried to shoo him out. Nothing worked. So I thought, okay, reverse psychology. I'll ignore him. And he followed me even more. He was using reverse psychology as well. So I thought, okay, that's fine. I started to feed him. I started to give him sugar. I started to think, well, actually, he's choosing me. So I'm popular. I'm a choice. And that was going great for a while. And then, the thing is, I haven't seen him for a couple of days. And I really miss him. This lockdown is a weird old carry on. That's me. That's me from
If you're watching on YouTube, you know what you're going to do. You're going to get your fingers out and type some messages, send some thumbs up, send some emojis. Let Pat know what you think. Tell her she was great. Tell her she was wonderful. Let her know what you think. Shirley, you all right?
I'm all right, yeah, you?
Yeah, a bit tired.
Are you?
Yeah, we're like 8 minutes in. I'm exhausted. Should we just call it a night?
Or just like leave Cedric and Jack?
Do what?
I said, what? Just like leave Cedric and Jack?
Yeah, just go.
Like, just
yeah,
go.
yeah. It's just I'm quite tired because I've been busy today, and I don't know about you, but because we're not working, so a busy day now is quite different to another busy day. Before lockdown, a busy day was busy, and now a busy day is I've got this in the evening, and I had to do the shopping during the day. That's busy. Do you know what I mean? I've got a lot on. And I was at Waitrose, and I was at the Chiller bit, and I was just having a look at the pork pies, and there's this bloke, and he come and stood next to me, right? and he's having a look. And his wife walks by and she says to him, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm just looking at the pork pies." And his wife went, "We don't need pork pies. Why are you looking at the pork pies?" And the man says, "I really like pork pies. Why can't I look at the pork pies?" And she said, "Come on," and dragged him off. Anyway, I got home and I told Shirley this story, and she said,
Why were you looking at the pork pies? We don't need pork pies. Why were you looking at the pork pies?
"Why can't a man look at pork pies?"
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the next act, please. Welcome to the stage, the fabulous, the amazing Mr. Cedric
Oh, I am happy, Dave. Birds are singing. People going in banks with face masks and going out with money without anyone raising an eyebrow. Football is back. Young millionaires in shorts, joyfully running after a single ball. Yummy. Pubs are now open. Oh, the sweet melody of drunk people shouting instead of talking in a civilized manner. Fight starting over silly arguments, the delicate smell, an elegant view of people peeing in the streets. Delicious. The Cavendish Arms is safe for now. Once again, young, broke comedians can look forward to pop their cherry. Oh, I am happy. Oh, happy Dave! Oh, happy Dave! Oh, happy Dave! Oh, happy Dave! How long do I have left?
I think that was Cedric O'Bear! Give him a hand of applause, Cedric's about to give me some cheers! I think that's probably why we do Comedy Virgins. Who knows who's going to turn up? Who knows what the hell they're going to do? I don't care. I'll clap and cheer for anything. Give him a round of applause. It's Cedric O'Bear, ladies and gentlemen. Performing for you. Let him know what you think. Send him a message. We're coming close to the end now, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the last act. I happen to believe that the last act of the night deserves as much applause and cheer as the first act of the night, which is a lot easier to achieve in a 9-minute show. When we're doing the full 12-hour Comedy Virgins with 58 acts, it's a little bit harder. But for now, it's the last of 8 acts. They've only done a minute each. You should have a little bit of clapping and cheering left. So let's see the comedians lead it off, clapping and cheering and shouting. Come on, Pat, come on, Joe. Come on, Al, come on, Cedric. We can do it. Come on, make as much noise as we possibly can as we welcome to the stage the amazing Mr. Jack.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm here all the way in Dublin. I feel like there's a lot of Irish on this show tonight. Dublin's a crazy city, you know. A lot of birds, a lot of angry birds. Like I was walking down Dublin streets the last day, and I had, you know, after lunch, and a seagull came and took whatever I had in my hand out of my hand, which really annoyed me because that was a new iPhone. I believe the seagulls are the Peaky Blinders of Dublin, right? Because they take what they want when they want. They just swoop down and take it, and nobody can say anything because they'll just cut your face. That's why people leave bin bags outside, you know, that's protection money. But the bird that annoys me the most is the pigeon. He's just like a ball of anxiety. What annoys me about pigeons is they just stand in front of you like, woo, woo, woo. And when you go and walk around them, they explode like landmines, and they're the bird that flies at you, not to you. Oh, sorry, away from you. You know, that's like someone trying to come at you with a knife and going around them. Like, you wouldn't get that in the countryside. You know, you just get crows judging you from a distance. And then when you're gone long enough, they're like, oh, good, go. All right, guys, that's been me. Thank you so much for having me.
If you're watching on YouTube, you know what you got to do. If you're not watching on YouTube, why not? But you won't know I'm asking the question because you're not watching on YouTube. So if you're not watching on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause for all the acts you've seen tonight. Clap each other, cheer each other, give little going to each other in the little boxes. This is Comedy Virgins. Normally what we do is we put on up to 60 or 70 brand new acts a week at our pub, the Cavendish Arms. It's called Comedy Virgins. We've been supporting new comedians, aspiring comedians for 12 years. Right now we're closed. They said pubs can open. We can open, but we're not allowed to put any shows. If we put on any shows, there'll be nobody there because they only come to watch the shows. There would just be a Scotsman called Tam sat at the bar. That'd be it. He's the only regular we've got, and he drinks a fair bit, but not enough to keep us open. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now we're closed. Some point at the end of this, Shirley's going to put up a little thing with a little crowdfunder, a little fundraiser we're having. We've got to keep paying the bills until we're allowed to open. Even when we are allowed to open with comedy, it'll be half the people, half the bills, double the staff because they'll be cleaning everything. So if you like live comedy, if you want to support live comedy and live music, please donate some money. If you performed there before, donate some money. If you're going to perform there in the past, that is the past, in the present, in the future, donate some money. I'll just generally keep talking and talking. Shirley likes to try and trip me up, but I'm happy to keep talking about fundraising and that kind of thing until Shirley's ready just to turn it off and put me off. And then the music will
We're off.
Oh.
Yay.